Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L, and hey, welcome to Sword Art Online Alicization, or Sword Art Online Season 3, Episode 1. I think it's being called Sword Art Online Alicization. I think that's the official title. Anyway, whatever. Guys, hey, welcome. We're gonna watch Sword Art. Now, listen, because it's Sword Art, I have to preface, I'm aware that there is a general stigma around Sword Art, but hey, man, we're not here for great anime. We're here for fun anime. That's what we're gonna be watching. And I've read the novel for Sword Art Online, at least the first volume in this arc. So these videos are gonna kind of just be watching to see what they change and also what kind of new stuff is going on. Oh my god, this is 47 minutes long. This is a 47-minute long episode. Shit. That's a lot. That's a long video. Holy. Alright. Well, we'll get into it now then, I guess. And just for the record, for anyone that follows the anime impression videos in general, I realized that Saturdays, Sundays, and Fridays are really tough days for me. So Sword Art Online might not be a series I'm able to cover properly week to week. It's all based on time, and the weekends are really busy for me in general. But as for the weekday series have a much higher chance of running through the completion. Anyway, let's just start, because 47 minutes, that's a long time. I don't know if I can keep this under 15 minutes for just for the clips. Oh well, whatever, we'll do this. Okay, very important little thing there. It's year 372. Should write that down. Oh, also, let's also just enjoy this Kirito, because this Kirito is the best Kirito. Yu-Gi-Oh! Good to know how that's pronounced. Oh, cool. That's the status window. Cool to see it. So just to put this in there, so to make sure we all understand, this Kirito has most likely lived in this world since the day he was born in this world. And at the very least, he has lived there since maybe, he said, a year and some months ago. So that's just something to keep in mind in there. Oh, it begins! The Yu-Gi-Oh! Kirito ship is going strong! Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. This is all for the fangirls. You know this is for the fangirls. Honestly, I'm very interested to see where this episode ends by the end of it. Ideally, this will end with what happens to Alice. Neat. This is a pretty nice little, I like that they're animating this. So this is something to note about her characterization in particular, is that she ended up being, she's a stickler for the rules, but she's also very good at playing the word game when it comes to working with the rules. So she'll take the rules very literally and try to apply a logic that isn't against the rules, kind of. Like a rules lawyer, I think it's called usually. See, alright, she's starting again with the... She knows the rules so well, she knows how to break them without technically breaking them. You know, I think they're going through this really quickly, which is a little bit terrifying. Yeah, I think they're going through this really quickly. Alright, because I think there was a little bit of a gap between those two scenes. Not a long gap, but it was a small one. So suffice to say, a calling is like a job in this world. Or a class. Man, we're already 10 minutes in, and we're already significantly into the first volume. That's ridiculous. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look at all that gold. I would pocket that. I'd pocket that immediately. Oh, you know, now I remember, there was something else that was missed, and that was something regarding the nature of this world. In the novel, they were much more apprehensive of how quickly they were able to get to the mountains. Interesting that they skipped that, because that was like a really crucial world building part. But I guess because they're just kind of rushing through the anime, since they're rushing through it significantly, it makes sense that they would skip that, because it doesn't matter. But the one thing that bothers me is that in the novel, when you read that part, it made the characters seem much more self-aware, and it made them doubt the world that they lived in. And I think that's really important for these characters, to doubt the world that they live in, especially for Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh, for them to doubt it. Moving on. Okay, so we are now about almost 15 minutes in. We have about 30 minutes to go. That tells me, if I'm trying to predict this, we're probably going to end with Kirito back in the real world. Now, the only question is how long the real world segment's going to take, because for this segment that's about to come, for the segment that's about to come, most likely it's going to take another 10 minutes before we get to Kirito screaming for Alice's name like we saw in the trailer. So maybe in roughly 10 minutes we'll get that. Now, one thing that I'm also concerned about... Oh no, they're doing it. They're doing it. One thing that happened in the novel, again, was that it seemed like Yu-Gi-Oh was much more desperate to get out of here. And that's important, because his insistence to leave through here is something that you could see weighing on him later. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems like what they're changing are moments of doubt. They aren't really filling in the content for moments of doubt. Like, going through that little sequence there would have been a moment where Kirito was exceedingly doubtful about the way that they were going in. So, without a doubt, they are rushing through this episode. But what they're removing, because there was so much doubt being cast throughout this whole little chapter in the novel itself, like, they are still adapting some of it, but there are, I think these little moments are making, like, skipping these little moments, I think I'm coming out with the impression that the anime characters aren't as interesting as the novel characters. Because one of the interesting things is, of course, when the kids are talking about how different things are compared to what they were told, and now when they're actually going there. Ooh, pretty nice sequence there. Oh, the dragon died with him. That's interesting. Uh-oh. That's crossing. She crossed. That sucks. I was very interested to see what this looks like. Oh, it's as creepy as I thought it would look like. Okay, so they ran back home. Pretty good stuff. Okay, so I think we're gonna get to see where Kirito lives in this one, so that's good. At least they're not skipping over that. But I can see where this is gonna end here. Yeah, it's just a question of whether or not this is gonna go on for 5 more minutes. I don't recall a dream sequence for Yu-Gi-Oh. Just think about it for a second though. Think about how funny it is that this person is most likely an NPC and he's dreaming. Actually, is he an NPC? No. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I'm not far enough in the novel, but like my impression would be that he's an NPC. Like a super NPC kind of. Okay, so they didn't really put this part in, but Kirito lives in a church in this reality. He's just living in a church, I believe. I think the prediction is gonna be right, like right around 25-minute mark. That's where we're ending off with Kirito yelling out for Alice. So notice the person here with the I guess the religious garb. I would assume that's the person at the church. I forgot her name, but she's a minor important character, kind of. Yeah, Alice's father. Oh, he looks a lot younger than I thought he would look like. Oh, the ice. Oh no, the ice! They worked so hard to get that. Alright, technically a father just tied up his daughter. Of course, in the light novel there was a little bit more exposition on just, oh my god, the father is tying up his daughter to be, you know, to go get executed, pretty much. Not dwelling on it here. It's about par for the course given what we've seen so far. It makes it feel a lot more cold and cold and machine-like though when you see this happening here. I guess they're making up with it by making the father look kind of sad. Oof. Too OP, Kirito. He's probably level 80 or something. This is a pretty critical moment for Yujiro here too. There we go. Oh, nice little detail there. System alert. Oh, that's so mean. System alert code 80871. That's so mean. Just hanging her, dangling her from the dragon. I wonder. Okay, the shout came in right at 24-minute mark. Okay, so actually 24 minutes 44 seconds, just roughly just 40 seconds off the mark there, but that was cool. Close enough. Now this scene did not happen in the light novel, I'm pretty sure. This is a much better transition though compared to what happened in the novel. This is a better transition. It tells you exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure this hadn't occurred in the novel either. I like this a lot more though. Oh yeah, no, this is totally added. This is totally added material. Yeah. This is, yeah, I just checked. This definitely didn't happen. There definitely was a Shion sequence in GGO in the novel, but it was more to tell us about something that was happening, and I'm not sure if it's gonna get integrated into this one. Is there value to smoke inside of a video game? Is there actually any value in that? Huh, I'm pretty sure some of the lines there were from somewhere else. That line of fighting an irregular squadron. I'm not sure if I'm thinking of Gun Gale though. Okay, yeah, just read over things really quickly here, and I'm pretty sure this scene does not happen in the volume itself. So my next question is this a scene from a later volume or even a collection of short stories? Because this is a little bit too well done. Well, no, it's just got a lot more detail than I thought. With this detail, it actually does seem kind of fan servicey, so it could be a short story, it could be anime original. What a dope. Oh, he's so funny. Alright, so that was interesting, because this ends up being where the novel picks up. So I am curious whether or not that little material there came from another novel. So if any of you guys are aware, let me know down below in the comments. But otherwise, very interesting that they chose to adapt that. It does do things for the story though, I think. Interesting. Oh, get ready for the creepiest thing in the world. I mean, I think they used it for like a good plot device or like good. They used it in a really good moment, but it's still kind of creepy. Oh, there we go. There we go. So I think it's obvious to see where this thing is going to end. If you guys have seen the teasers, it's going to end with Kirito on the ground. That's probably where we're ending here. It's very interesting though what they chose to add and what they chose to shorten. Also, for the record, Kirito is the one that made the app that Asuna's using to keep track of his heartbeat. Okay, so he just dropped the keyword. Oh boy, here we go. For the record, they might have translated it as soul here, but you could also read that as mind if you are wondering where does the mind exist. Because overall, they kind of are using it interchangeably between soul and mind, depending on the context that they were trying to say for any particular scene. I mean, just take that for a second that they're already talking about sending information to your very soul or your mind. It's an interesting concept. Now see, this is like one of the interesting problems, that when you have something being told to your very soul, you know, at what point can you distinguish between reality and versus what was fabricated specifically for your soul, right? Now what's interesting is that they dropped some foreshadowing there, but they still kept some of it with Kirito looking around. Oh, I think that could also be some pretty interesting foreshadowing there. I haven't read the rest of the novels, like I said, but I think those lines are pretty critical. Aww. That's still really painful to watch. Ooh, opening! Yay! Awesome! Alicization beginning. Oh shit, no, I can't play this continuously because I'm gonna get caught by the stupid YouTube algorithm, not algorithm, the content ID. Okay, give it a second, here we go. Okay, how they built the cities. That's cool. Alright, give it some time, give it some time. You can't take any risks with YouTube. Continuing. Is this the ending song? System, Oh, it looks like there's someone important there. Okay, Klein's here. Alright, let's just give it some time. Giving it some time. Continuing. Huh. Oh, that looks pretty epic. Oh, overall, I'm very interested in how this is going to go. It kind of makes me want to read the novels more because I have no idea what Asuna's role is going to be in all this. And there's a lot of little details in this opening just from all the cuts that they're doing to all the different characters. Yui's here too, so I do wonder if they're all going to get involved. Again, I'm getting very excited to read the light novels. The girl from the movie showed up too in this opening just now, right? That's what we all saw? That was interesting. Overall, it's a very interesting opening, without a doubt. That was a nice little bro moment, without a doubt. Okay, overall I'm excited. This is very exciting. They did a very good job at getting things like really hyped up. I mean, yeah, the demon tree, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I like that. That was cool. That was really cool. Overall, we we ripped through, like, right through half of the volume with that extra material thrown in there. What do I think overall? Well, honestly, I would have liked more for the first half of the episode. I would have liked more of the kids exploring their world and pointing out things, because that was really cool when you were reading about it in the first little bit. I also would have liked a lot more information about how special Alice was in context of their village, and also about the status window that Kirito opened up, because I believe in the novel it was being called Stasia. I would have really loved to have more of that. So what ultimately it looks like happened is that they did way more justice to material revolving around characters that we already knew. Like that whole little bit with Shion and the group in Gungil, that was not in the novel. It might have been a side story somewhere else, but I'm not sure at this moment in time. That said, they gave that a lot more attention. So they gave some action a lot more attention. Whereas, given that we're going to be dealing with Alice and the rest of them for a good amount of time, I would have just liked more world building on that side of things. But on the other side of things, it's like if you're a returning fan and you're only watching the anime, you're going to like to see those characters again. So it's a bit of a compromise situation. But I would have liked more dwelling on the virtual world. I would have loved it if this 1 hour special or 47-minute special was just majority of them in the underworld, and then just make sure that the viewers were like thoroughly confused about what the heck is going on. But I guess we're not doing that. Instead, we are jumping in with the next episode back into, I guess we're jumping into like the main meat of the thing next episode. Yeah, no, overall, like the second half was nice, because it's pretty much like there were less things being left out. They repurposed one thing that happened with Shion, but otherwise, I think it was a good first episode. My impressions are biased since I'm looking at it from a perspective of what they're not doing, but overall, that was exciting. And I'm very interested to see the rest of the underworld type thing. Anyway, guys, it's already a very long video, so I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you thought down below. And yeah, till next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day.